Arjun, he wants to develop his bishop. The white queen could also come out to a4 though, hitting earning bishop on a6, hitting the black knight in the center. Hikaru looks so fascinated by this position suddenly, wide-eyed, and it's not even his move. He's getting excited about something here, Hikaru Nakamura. Maybe starting to realize that it is still a position rich and full of possibilities here.
The position's completely nuts, right? From a human perspective here. You see so many ideas, so many threats, so many tactics and tricks in this. Again, every move could just be completely lost for either side. You know, you play bishop a6, you better be sure you have a response to queen a4 coming in with a double attack. You go queen takes queen, thank you very much. Pawn takes queen, I'm hitting your rook. Super happy to get that pawn on the 7th rank. How are you going to respond to this? And I think Hikaru totally locked in, zoned in, and wow, he does go for that idea. The queen hitting the black knight and the bishop. Arjun, he sensed something in this position. Tactics incoming.
And our audience there in the arena looks fascinated. They must be looking for ways to stop the white queen winning a piece. Hikaru looks very calm right now. It's a double attack. The white queen hitting the black knight, hitting the black bishop, and at least according to our engines here in our studio, only one move for Arjun to maintain his advantage. It's not an easy one either, and he will need to be very creative. Let's just show the white queen was attacking the black knight, and the black knight actually jumped, but the black bishop is up for grabs now. Queen takes bishop will allow the knight into e3, threatening checkmate, hitting the white rook as well. The black queen trying to grab on g2, and if the white rook moves, we might see some cool tactics. Knight takes bishop, rook takes knight, and check this out, a full queen sacrifice, pawn to d2, bang! And look at the tension between the queens now. The white queen hit, the black queen could be captured twice, but if she is taken, a new queen is born, winning the white rook in the process. And when the dust settles, rook for knight advantage, Arjun Erigaisi. That is incredible tactical vision.
That's very, very deep. And let's see if that ends up playing out. Knight c2 was played on the board. So let's see what happens next. Knight's actually gone up to g4 instead. So a bit of a deviation from what we saw.
This game's about to end. Arjun didn't take the bishop. Maybe he saw some ghosts there. Maybe there were some issues, but he's about to force a draw with a repetition. The knight jumps. There's going to be a bunch of checks. This game is about to be over.
Arjun could have taken a 2-point lead in this match. He had that option. The line would have played out. Knight takes bishop, rook takes knight, and d2. He didn't spot it. And this is very unlike Arjun. Usually these kind of tactics is what he lives for. It's his breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He does them 100 times a day, but he just rushed through. And now we're going to see a knight jump back, the king move back, and there it is. It's going to be repetition. This one ends in a draw.
With the tactics on the board to keep the game going for a potential 2-0 lead, we instead get to a threefold repetition. So Arjun Erigaisi maintaining the lead in the match, 1.5 to a half. But a very dynamic way to end the game. And after all of that calculation to get to the point where the knight was on the 7th and we were ready to go, it's interesting that it was only the final blow. I say final blow, but it felt like a natural continuation at that point, didn't it?
Yeah, and our engine here says that Arjun would have only had a slight advantage, but to humanize it looks like a massive advantage. And I wonder whether there will be a reaction from Arjun Erigaisi. We saw him playing through the game, analyzing it with the computer, but ultimately he went for safety, maybe because he's a point up in the match, forcing a draw on the spot against Hikaru. But Arjun, he might live to regret missing that small opportunity.
I mean, with the black pieces, and the thing is that Arjun, he's not a bailout player. If he's got that chance on the board, he takes it. He tries to maximize it. You know, he's not somebody who goes for repetition. It was a blind spot. It's something that moved the pawn push. It's a hard move to see. You know, you're hanging your queen, it can be picked up by the rook or your opponent's queen, and you have to calculate quite a bit ahead. But had Arjun just paused for 30 seconds in that moment, I have no doubt that he would have spotted it.
We should also bear in mind as well that, admittedly, thanks to help from a computer evaluation,